How's it going, everybody? Our team is still not that good, but they're doing good enough, and we have a very solid understanding of the meta. So we've been able to sneak our way into securing a place into the playoffs. We are currently... Statistics, wrong. Records, wrong. There we go. Ranked third. A solid third place. Doesn't matter if we win or lose our next match, but it would be better if we won. If we win 2-0, we tie with Galactic Miners, we might be able to get second place. That's mostly for first to fourth really doesn't matter as much, because we'll be in the playoff on the winner's bracket, or at least that's what we'll be starting. So, training wise, everyone's doing okay. Who's on? Want them to get as many points as possible. And our guys are doing a better job at learning how to position and have better judgment. They're not exactly where I need them to be yet, but they very quickly made it into the greens. A few of them did, at least. Yeah, about to be in the greens. Hurry Poyo about to be in the greens. Alan's not getting too much better, but Neeb, as always, has been a little underwhelming. I was thinking about this as well, because last night I ended it with saying Kuzan would be better as a support, and Neeb would be better as a top laner. I actually still believe that, just because of their aggression levels, where... with the champs that I want Kuzan to be playing in the top lane, I really need him to have as much aggression as possible. Because the less aggression, the more further back in the team clump they tend to be. So, whereas, either that or it could just be the positioning. But I think Kuzan having, at this point, better mental training, just so that way does a little bit better at retaining stamina, because if we're about to be playing a lot of games, I don't have alternative guys to play each position. Kind of a similar boat for Neeb. I was hoping to get Neeb to be the best support I could possibly make, though. They just stress out way too easily, and their condition is never that good. Neeb ended up just not being a great player, but we will hopefully be scouting better in the nearby future, next drafting season. But my main goal in the next draft is 100% gonna be, getting another coach and maybe finding a better support. Now, we can always modify each of these stats just fine. But calls, roaming. I want my support player to be a not aggressive player, because I want them in the back of the line. And I want them to have as high of call as possible. And I actually want them to have as high roaming as possible. That's just how I prefer to have my supports. They're not going to gain a lot of gold anyways. But if they can be sneaking somewhere to get a kill, then I'd like for them to be doing that. And I probably want Neeb to, if he's going to be the shot caller, I also want them to have the highest ego as possible. But what's going to be the best for Neeb? Mental training. I need his condition to not be as bad as possible. I need him to also have better positioning and judgment. He doesn't need any of these top stats, just better positioning and judgment. At least for now. Alrighty. An update for everybody that is also just tuning on in. Basically, we are in Ogre meta. It all revolves around the Ogre. The AI hasn't quite realized it. It should, but it hasn't quite realized it yet. It still kind of thinks that's a Sniper meta, but Sniper just... It's had its attack nerfed a second time. Less attack speed, and movement speed is abysmal. So it's actually harder to protect snipers, but snipers can still carry. So snipers are still really, really strong. It's just that it doesn't really matter what attack damage carry, whatever carry you end up having. Ogre's just the best. Ninja has had their attack buffed a couple of times, and now it just hits too hard. So I'd rather be able to make a team composition to beat an Ogre than fight against a Ninja, though. After that, you really just need Monk in order to protect both Ninja or Ogre. An excellent backup is Priest, but Monk also supports both Ninja and Ogre in giving them increased movement speed to do what they need to do, which is amazing. The issue is our support players just way too aggressive, and they die way too frequently. Fan predictions. Thinks we are barely gonna beat... We're barely gonna beat the Pulsar Invaders. Rank 3 versus rank 7. Interesting that they don't have as much faith. 1 hour before kickoff, the fan prediction tally has arrived. The expected winner leans towards Crisco, but there are still fans standing behind Pulsar Invaders, because these predictions carry each fan's loyalty to their team. Yeah, so I don't know if I can see it, but clearly they have a high fan count. If we go to my team statistics, they're very satisfied, but we're kind of the dark horse in this league because we did so badly last time. So fan expectations went from average to bottom tier. They're expecting us to just drop the ball at the end. I hope that's not the case. But without further ado, let us show exactly why we are in the position we're at right now. Ban phase. So it's not... I actually used to have it as S tier. Since we get first pick, I don't want them taking Ninja. Oops. Sean, how's it going? Much better. So they banned Gunner. The AI loves banning the attack damage carries, so we're probably just not gonna have any. And I typically still get rid of Shadowmancer. Shadowmancer would just do really, really strong against Ogre. They get rid of the Monk, so I do want to pick up the Priest. And here's the thing. Both of these champs, even though I'm sad to lose Ice Mage... That's great to hear, Sean. Both of these champs do damage over time. They don't do single bursts. Archer Ultimate can give the Ogre so many... 15 arrows. That's potential 15 stacks for the Ogre. Ice Mage, the AoE ability... essentially can hit up to 9 times, giving 9 stacks. And just getting 10 stacks is additional 60 health. We will go ahead and pick up Sniper. I kind of want to just grab Priest. They take Cavalry. They take Knight. Ugh. At this point, we need our Mage for the center. Vampires are go-to when we don't have Ice Mage. They're about equal in a match-off. But lastly, who is our jungler going to be? Their jungler currently is expected to be Cavalry, but their jungler could easily be somebody else. Like, I've got two excellent choices here. We have Clown. The issue is that makes our team very squishy. Especially since we're picking up Priest instead. Clown does a lot of good AoE damage, but I think we're just better off taking Magic Knight. Magic Knight is somebody that can run in and initiate, and also tank for the team. There we go. So my team is not in a very comfortable position. Cavalry's gonna be jungle. Now, Sean, this is a very interesting matchup for Magic Knight versus Cavalry. We're gonna just focus on ganking. I don't think, because Cavalry's really fast. So I think we would actually lose if he gets caught. Since we have Ogre top, we're gonna attempt and have him always join. And Pyromancer is just free stacks for us. Top laner is Pyromancer, so we want Ogre to have health instead of damage first. Also, they have two AP carries. Sniper's too slow. Only Sean is capable of split pushing somewhat safely. We are going to be poking and maintaining distance as best as possible. We really want our bottom lane to play as safe as possible. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They're just going to push up to the lane. It doesn't matter, which is dumb. And magic, health, defense, attack damage, attack speed. The first game is going to commence. But I'm actually really worried about the bottom lane matchup. Sniper should be safe, but the Priest, maybe not so. Especially since Alan is such an aggressive player. We are actually being counter-jungled by the Cavalry. Winonza is actually getting jumped on. Cavalry did exactly what needed to be done, and now Sean needs to focus on ganking. Hopefully, we can sneak something. Ooh, Sean barely missed. Sean's actually been hitting most of those lately, so... Sean used to miss everything notoriously, but now has 43 skill shot accuracy and is doing a lot better. Cavalry is just zipping through that jungle. But just look at this. Bottom corner, I'm barely not covering it. Right over there. We have the Ogres currently at 24 stacks. We're just going to keep our mouse there. And Winonza is in a very bad position. Way too far forward. Cavalry can easily sneak in and try a gank. Too much movement speed, especially those stuns. Bottom lane, as actually predicted, Alan's not having a good time, but better yet, they're not pushing the enemy team all the way to the tower. No, I actually want to see this fight. Winonza actually goes to help against the Cavalry. And the Cavalry goes down. No judgment. Interesting. Sean, a slow learner, but he masters. Hey, he's doing an excellent job learning. Trial by fire. Oh, Sean, get out of there. It's a bad matchup. Just get out. Woo! That could have gone worse. Pyromancer goes down to the top lane. Let's rewind and see what happens. Pyromancer gets stunned under tower. Tower shoots. Whack. Ogre's at 37 stacks. 2 minutes in, that's really good. We're gonna actually have our eyes on the bottom lane. Priest is getting charmed. I'm gonna say charmed. It really is taunted, though. And the entire teams are now both gathering up for Serpent. Actually, Pyromancer is gonna go top lane from the looks of it. So it's about to be 5v4. Priest keeping the vampire extra alive. And blue team ends up taking Serpent. And at this point, they can't decide on how they're gonna deal with it. Vampire is able to sneak in the kill. Is going to be heading straight back to where they're assigned to be going. The builds we have is, for the opposing team, is going to be ability power and Cavalry's taking up the attack speed for massive movement speed, and Alan's going to go down because he gets taunted under enemy tower. No big surprise. Ruinous Blade. Both attack damage carries are actually pretty equal. The issue is they got a free kill on the support. And Knight is picking up attack speed? It's got to be for that movement speed, but Knight's not even going to be seeing the end of that item build. Oh! Ogre. A lot of stacks. One, 62, 3, 4, 4. Whack. A giant gank. The teams are actually congregating in the center lane. Ultimate coming out from Sean. Cavalry, everybody on the red team is using their ultimates just to get out alive. That's actually should be the tower in the center lane. Being completely cleared out. Whole bunch of gold now swinging in Crisco's favor. Vampire, another one of those late game carries, is now also ahead by 800 gold. Now, oddly enough, Ice Mage has excellent late game scaling in the current state of the patch, which makes this matchup very interesting, where both of them start off pretty okay early on. Ooh! Archer initiating with the ultimate. Sean goes down, followed by Alan. At this point, Crisco's going to say it's not worth the fight. They're going to turn around and take Serpent. This is a mistake. This is not what they should be doing. They're about to lose so many turrets. Alan's walking straight up to the enemy team so they can get killed again. They're trying to split up to get each of the waves pushing, but at this point, it looks like it's going to be 1, 3, and 1. Ice Mage is going to clear out that entire bottom wave. Is guaranteed to take out a tower. Cavalry versus Ogres, actually normally a bad matchup. The Cavalry has a burning stack that can happen. Oh, Vampire gets caught out. Masterfully dodges it. Actually really well protected by Alan, the support. Top lane is going to be going down, but Kuzan is going to do a lot of damage. The center lane, Alan's going to get caught out once again. Never mind, he managed to walk back far enough and survive. Hurry Poyo is going to ulti. Winonza going in, another ultimate. Health is still well above half. The coordination of that initiation, despite only one of Crisco being in there, was pretty good. And one ability from Wionzna, and the enemy team is down to half health. They're actually going to disengage. Morgard's buff is gone. Full reset. Only one tower was lost. Initiation. Cavalry going on in. Wionza's going down. Alan should be following up shortly. Never mind. Pulsar Invaders doesn't care about short people. Pyromancer's too slow. Pyro is going to go down. There is no stopping this, but Alan also gets caught out. Another 1-for-1 trade. Crisco needs to group up. Kuzan is very well fed, officially at 100 stacks. Hurry Poyo is mispositioned. Pulsar Invaders is going to start. Oh, the Archer's going to go down. Oh! Tree Stump secures the kill. Kuzan about to whack. A beautiful snipe by the Pyro. Priest able to heal the team up all the way from the other side of the map. I wonder if you could make a team that has global presence like Shen used to. I wonder who else would fall into a global champ. There might be more in the game that just hasn't been added into mine yet. Pyromancer. Wrong place, wrong time. Crisco. Going for Serpent. Wanting those scaling stats. At this point, they're focusing on the kills. Very well done. Top lane is going to go down. Kuzan is walking a 2v1 with an unfinished item build. He just can't die. But made the right call to stay behind in order to help. But look at this, 140 stacks. He's gonna get the kill. Gwenians take the mid tower in the middle lane. Archer's actually trying to chase Kuzan down. Oh, Kuzan just can't die. And he gets an entire item. Goes from a purple item to finishing the upgrade and buying a second purple item. At this point, though, Crisco, Vampire, accidentally tower dives. Supported by Alan, though, with the priest healing. Everyone is still at full health. Oh, that was brutal. Who's on the MVP? We're just going to continue to ban the same champs. No Shadowmancer. We actually have second pick. So what would I hate for the enemy to pick? Probably Lancer. So that's who I'm going to grab. But does that open up Ogre for them? It does not. So we're going to grab Ogre and we're going to grab Ninja. They grab Pyro, they grab Cavalry. Priest has been working very well for us. Do I just take Priest here? I kind of want the Ice Mage. And between Gambler and Archer, I'd rather the enemy take Archer. I get my choice between Priest and Monk. Let's take Priest. I kind of like Priest better. Oh wow, I have everybody in the correct position. Alrighty, so not too much is changing, though Ninja should absolutely destroy the Magic Knight, so we are going to counter jungle. Ninja's just too good. Start off with attack damage, but in the mid-game, Ninja seems to just die too quickly, so we go with health. Especially since I think they've got, let's see, stun, pushback, stun, taunt. Yeah, Ninja could be having a better time. But we also have the Ice Mage, so it's actually one less thing that the enemy usually has when we pick Ninja. This should be a very fast and early win. Game 2. We're actually going to go ahead and just watch this from Sean's point of view with our team as the primary source. Feel free to keep track of where everything is currently going on the map. Sean should be prioritizing counter jungling. We're going to take a quick break to watch the bottom lane. Hurry Pollo and Alan are staying safe. It is actually very even on the trades. Sean is doing the wrong thing. Ooh, Ogre's getting ganked! Kuzan turned around, they actually could have secured the kill there right there. Sean, though, completely blind of the map and is trying to play way too safely. I'm always doing wrong things. It's in the name. Sean! Did end up getting the soldier's longsword, so we have even more damage. How's that bottom lane? Currently being ganked. Haripoyo is going to die. Alan gets out alive. Come on, Sean. Oh. Ogre's gonna turn around and secure the kill on Pyro. Pyro just moves too slow. Ice Mage is getting ganked. Sean, help out! Alright, get some lifesteal. Alright, looking for Serpent. And at this point, now it's 4v5. Sean jumps in. The enemy team secures a kill, but they're all about to die. Blue team secures Serpent. It was not worth the trade, especially since they can't secure any kills. Playing a little too passively. Especially Sean. Ogre gets another item, gets more health regen. Currently at 56 stacks, though. Doing exactly what needs to be done. Sean... who also has 85 roaming. Get in there. Sean, help out. Yes! Woo! Too deep. Get out. Get out. Good job. Oh, that actually saved the Ice Mage. A good play by Sean. Bees. Alan's level 5. Yes! Woo! Sean secures a kill. Going in for the double. Nope, never mind. It's just gonna flee. The enemy team is not grouped together, though. Alan, though, able to heal the team up. Oh, Sean! Oh, Kuzan, you gotta get in there and save the team. Never mind, Kuzan's gonna flee. $110 stacks, though. Poorly executed once again. Anyways, enough about him. I was excited to talk about how good Ninja currently is with the current state of things. The issue is they farmed way too many kills on Sean and Ice Mage this match, so the enemy team's actually ahead in kills. Ooh. Serpent for Morgard? Oh, that's bad. Kuzan, turn around and get in there. Kuzan! See, this is why I need somebody with more aggro. Because Kuzan just sees the situation, goes, nah. yes! Sean secures the kill. Anyways, Ice Mage gets Tower Dove. Whack. About the enemy team. Let's crush those fools. Oh, Sean, don't die! Oh! Alan did try saving. He got body blocked. So, good attempt. Cavalry almost got away with that. Oh, that's nasty. This is probably the best the Morgar buff could have been handled. Crisco is going to secure another kill! Yes! They do lose the second turret, another turret, though. That is 4 turrets destroyed by losing 1 Morguard buff. At this point, Sean is now picking up health, so a situation where he attempts to dive should hopefully not die. Oh, Ice Mage, get out of there! For some reason, Crisco is split up. Group up, guys. That cavalry is so fast. It's not even funny. It actually is. It's really hilarious to watch how fast that cavalry is. Kuzan needs to get in there. Just Kuzan. Oof, Sean goes down. Hurry Pollo goes down. The enemy's diving the right characters. Kuzan staying alive at 185 stacks. Oh, that's brutal. Kuzan actually needs to go back and buy stuff. Yes! Oh, now has even more armor. More health regen, deals AoE damage around him, has armor. It's gonna be beautiful. Sean missed his ability. Just barely, though. Oh, Sean lives! So that's why you build health on the ninja. Beautiful! Gets in, does his thing, gets out. Oh, Cavalry barely survives. At this point, hopefully Crisco's able to take... The fights have been going on long enough. Serpent's up again already. So many minions in that center lane. That is a very dead prisoner. Way too many minions. Team Crisco's making the right call. Looks good for a finish. Oh, but not like that, Ninja. Yeah. Oh no, Weonsna is caught out. Team Crisco is trying to group up. Oh, a beautiful ultimate by Hurry Pollo. Archer immediately goes down. The tank finally arrives. Hurry Pollo barely lives. Oh my goodness. That's the game. Ninja pick troll. Ninja's so strong in my game right now. He got buffed when he was already strong. 2-0, that puts us tied in second place. Yeah, if we look at game info, There's the ninja for ya. Alejandro, 144 base attack. Also has a lot of base health, base armor. Just currently the jungle king. Great for Ogre's MVP every single time. There's no reason for Ogre not to be. Ogre's just way too strong right now. Not too much else for us to do. Just keep my eye on the training. Proceed. Can Kuzan go down to 20%? Kuzan does a pretty good job on mental and focus, but I just... You know, we could also go 50-50. We'll go 50-50. Sean is still responding very well with control training. Ryozna, I just need him to stand at a better position, so we're just focusing on positioning and judgment. All the champs they play doesn't have to land skill shots, so they do just fine. Harry Pollo is in a similar boat. I just need him having better positioning and judgment. And Neeb is the one that can be trained, also needs better positioning and judgment. 8-game win streak. Weekly meta-analysis reports. Ogre is the top of the leaderboards. Top lane, 72% win ratio. And his 55% bottom lane reaches a 4-match streak. Opponents are starting to prepare specific picks and bans and early game routes designed to shut them down. The hype is real, but this is not the time to let the schedule drift. Starter condition and training routines matter more than ever. Yeah. But Ogre's also only the 6th best champ right now, which is interesting. Ninja does have the highest win ratio. Weekly solo. Ogre is also the best everywhere. Also Ogre Handbick. Yeah. I mean, I also have a team in mind on how to counter the Ogre. Last match. To play against the Mech Enforcers. We're actually 0-3 against them, which is very interesting. Oh, we're in 4th place now. Why are we in 4th? We should actually... Rankings better. Yeah, there we go. We're actually in a solid 2nd place. Even if we beat the Mech Enforcers, we'll still be in 2nd place just because we didn't perform as well as the Atomic Annihilators. But I'm very proud of this this performance. I'm just scared about how the patch notes is going to be right before the playoffs. In fact, what we should do is we're just going to go to rankings. Practice match. And then... I'll also just go ahead and just save because I accidentally pressed escape. Alright. Because they're based on timing, there's actually a chance that patch notes are going to happen right here. And if it is, I want the time to practice as many games as possible to figure out what the new meta is going to be. That way we could do best in the playoffs. Just in case there's any major changes. Now, oddly enough, you know, Alan's currently the guy that we've been using as our support. We really should have Neeb, but... Neeb's just not as good. Alan's got the better stats for now. Neeb needs a lot more training. Oh, that's why Hurry Pollo goes and does their own thing. Their ego is so high. I'm also kind of just been dumb going, why is Hurry Pollo always just splitting off and doing their own thing? They've got high ego. And when they make poor judgment calls with the high ego, they're just going to do whatever the heck they want. We're learning. All right, we have first pick. So we're going to ban the ninja. It's also interesting that AI just always bans Gunner against me. They should just be banning Ogre at this point. I don't understand why the AI doesn't... It makes me feel good about myself, but... Shadowmancer. They get rid of Sniper. Alright, first pick, Ogre. Archer. Executioner. We have to take Gambler, because there's no more attack damage carries. Do we just take Ice Mage, or do I let the enemy take Ice Mage? No. Didn't know I have a God complex. Is this the time for Pythoness? Yeah, AI is not going to pick Pythoness. Mostly so we have such insane healing against, X. Pythoness is also faster, so they can get out in case they get hooked. That Lancer top lane? That's bad for me if it is. They're not gonna take Clown. But they might. How about we just take, Ice Mage, because for some reason they don't respect the Vampire. And then I just take Magic Knight for my jungler. Even though, so this is support. The Archer is probably mid lane. Lancer top. Cavalry can be jungle, but it can also be their bottom lane carry. We need Magic Knight. Magic Knight's at least tanky. And then they take Fighter. Alright, free win. Oops. Alright, bop, 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 bop. Defense. Health. Defense. We just take 0 damage from them. Alrighty. We just need to focus on ganking. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes. It's actually Lancer mid lane. That's actually not good for our Ice Mage. Ice Mage is going to struggle a bit. Oh my goodness. Woof. Oh! Cavalry, why did they do that? High aggro? No, maybe. Judgment was poor? Oh well. Works for me! Currently winning on every single front. Horipoyo is staying very healthy. Alan, you need to get out. Alan, you need to get out. We're just gonna watch as Alan dies. Oh, Horipoyo! Oh no. That is a very dead Horipoyo. A very good hook by that Executioner. How's Ogre doing on stacks? 28! That's a lot more than expected. Woo, good dodge. As expected, you're dead. Alright. Currently the fight for Serpent. Magic Knight's gonna go down. But Crisco does get the Serpent. An okay trade. That could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone a lot worse. Oh, Archer destroys Horipoyo. Alan gets caught out as well, because instead of running towards the turret, has to take the long way through the jungle. That cavalry is doing an amazing job. Cavalry just sits there going, oh, I don't know what to do about this. Team Crisco's actually starting to group up. Oh my goodness, the initiation by the enemy team immediately deletes Team Crisco. An excellent initiation by the Mech Enforcers. Crisco got completely caught out of position. Oh, Kuzan gets hooked! Oof. Not a single kill, but they do get Serpents. That's actually 2 stacks of Serpent right now for Crisco. fighter is still just losing. Even with all those minions. Woo! Good snipe from Sean! Guzan needs to stop farming, though, and they need to group up. Middle tower goes down. Kuzan needs to group up with the team. Hurry, boy! Oh, no! Oh! I was going to say that was a good ulti in order to get out of there, but still ends up dying. Top turret also still goes down. Crisco can't afford any more free kills. Both teams doesn't know what they want to do. Fighter gets caught alone. That's going to be a free Morgard for Crisco. That's going to trade Serpent for the enemy team. It's quite dangerous. Oh, the cavalry goes down. Way too early for that snipe. Oh! Hello there. How's it going, Lewis? Welcome back. This game is starting off way too poorly. This is mostly so I can secure second place. This match actually doesn't matter if we win or lose. I think Crisco is in a solid second place anyways, because of how the scores are. Oh, no! Boom! Oh, the entire team's getting poked down. Winians are doing too much damage. Still not a single member of the opposing team's down. Morgard's going away in 3 seconds. That's going to be the end of that push. Crisco secured 2 kills, 1 on Cavalry and 1 on Lancer. They're actually divided on what they want to do. Ogre's only at 102 stacks, so enemy team did a good job at not focusing Ogre down. Never mind, Ogre's already at 125. That's an ace. Good to see you again, Lewis. Ogre, once again MVP. Look at that turnaround. Right at the last second. Immediately putting my team in a very good mood. And then we're just gonna keep it. We have second pick. They banned the Ogre. This changes things. Do we get rid of Pyro? Pyro's burst is pretty strong. I feel like I want to... I'm not going to play Lancer. So they finally realize Ogre's destroying them. Took them long enough. They take the cavalry. I'm gonna grab Ice Mage. And we have to take Ninja. They grab Shadowmancer. I like Gunner here. Gunner's just really strong. I'm gonna grab Priest. I like Priest better. They're learning. After 84 years, they're learning. I still don't have a top laner. Now, Hammerer is still strong. Could just play Team Keep Away. Alrighty, we could do 1-3-1 split. Because Gunner is great at doing that. Serpent just needs to be flexible. Kuzan doesn't need to rotate down, but our game should win that, and I do want the counter jungle, right? Yeah, because Ninja just wins. Personal, attack damage, health, defense. Start off with attack speed for Gunner, because I want Gunner to have as much move speed as possible, followed by attack damage. Alrighty, this one's actually going to be a very interesting match. Game 2, Ogre finally banned. Because I even had a team composition plan, like, it involved Hammerer, ready for Ogre. Sean is, again, insistent on not counter jungling. Does not make sense to me, but okay. Kuzan is actually struggling in that top lane. Just needs to hit level 3 and everything changes. So he does need to go back and heal. Sean needs to gank in the top lane. There we go. Kuzan going in for the kill. Yes! And Hurrypoyo died bottom lane. Winoza, why were you under the turret? Sean finally counter jungling. Oh, I'm so glad Sean missed that. Lifesteal for Kuzan in the top lane. Hurrypoyo is farming up at the bottom lane, but not doing as well as the Archer is. Ice Mage. See, this is the fault of this game. I can't tell my Ice Mage to play safe. There's no Ice Mage, you need to stay back, or you will be killed by a cavalry that rushes you. There's no eyes on Serpent. They're all down there. Yeah. Everything goes well, and then you get games like this, where my entire team is doing pretty much everything they possibly can be doing wrong is going wrong. Guzan's gonna go ahead and head on back. Chase him down, just get the kill. Repollo, just get the kill. Well, too late now. Archer, I think, is just barely faster. Nope, they're the exact same speed. And Wiosna is dead again. Good job, you idiot. Sean! Such a beautiful gank in that bottom lane. Hurry, Poyo, what are you doing? Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out! Nope, never mind. You're just gonna die. A good fight? Well, actually, no. You died needlessly, so it was actually a bad fight, and only a bad fight. When you easily could have gotten out and not fed the kill. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Sean! Oh, sniped by the swordsman. Goodness. Swordsman's doing good. Nope, Alan, why would you do that? Just why? I have 1 HP. Let me turn around so I can get poked. Alright. Next time, if they're first pick and they ban, 'cause I really should have. Oh my goodness. Oh, excellent. Oh my goodness. Serpent has 1 health. Literally just anybody. I'm mad at the opposing team too. Just anybody poke it. Just sneeze on it. Scratch its chin. I don't care. Just kill it. And they overextended again. That's actually a good thing that Calvary decided not to pursue that, because Hurrypoyo was going to lose that fight. Oh, good snipe on the Archer! Well done, Ice Archer. Yes! Oh, Ninja did exactly what Ninja's supposed to do. Jump in, secure the kill. Alright, Pollo, you're definitely overextending. Pollo can actually chase down Ice Archer. Not Ice Archer. Just Archer now. Oh, hurry, Pollo with the snipe. Oh, good backs by everybody. Ninja probably should have ultied into there. Actually, Ninja doesn't have it. That is a dead prisoner. Oh, please. Please get more guard. My team can do this. Oh, it's a dead ninja. It's not worth the trade. Pollo needs to go bot. Clear out that entire bottom lane. Never mind, it's gone. That is a dead priest. Kuzan can get in there. Protect the gunner! This is where Ninja goes in. Never mind. He's just gonna die. Enemy has 3 serpents. Ninja's supposed to just do better here. I guess just cavalry's just too good. Alright, Morgard is gone. Oh, they're doing the right thing and they're starting to group up. Oh! Alan, get out. Rest of your team is not there. Just get out. That's some good health by Kuzan, but that's a massive amount of attack speed on the swordsman. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. They're just splitting up and getting picked off one at a time. Pollo's gonna do their own thing and just push bot. Try to get a turret. It's a mistake because Kuzan's just gonna die in the top. That is a dead archer. Thank goodness. It all comes down to the next team fight. Our team has the advantage, but the opposing team can easily just rush in with that cavalry. Gold is very even between both teams, though. Oh, the swordsman's dead! Oh my goodness! They're doing it! Oh, Sean, yes! Thanks to that bonus health. Hurry Pollo has the max item build. Fast attack speed, good crits, lots of damage. Oh. Sean definitely should have... He definitely could have killed the archer with just one more ability. Oh, Hammer, you didn't have to ulti there. Alright, Pollo, you can win that duel. There are fights going on everywhere in the map. Alan gets caught out. Ninja was fighting against Shadowmancer. Oh, Sean. Hurry, Pollo. Come on. No. No. As long as there's minions, you can win that, but... Okay, they're gone now. Ten seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, if the enemy's gonna do anything, now's the time. Oh! Hurry, Pollo snipes the archer! But unfortunately, a really good Shadowmancer ulti takes everybody out. Sean is farming in the jungle. Alan's gonna get caught out. Kuzan, help! Oh my goodness, Sean! Help your team! This game is way too close. Kuzan, don't get caught. Wah! Oh, the prisoner gets caught out of position. They're just knocking the enemies around. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to get the kills though. You gotta protect the Ice Mage, but Ice Mage is going way too far forward. Ninja doesn't have an ulti. Oh, Ninja's dead. Ice Mage needs to get out of there. Pollo's honestly doing the right thing and is protecting the base. Can't lose that turret. This game is way too close for losing that. Everyone's approaching their max item builds. Hurry, Pollo got caught! No! It's the dead priest. Oh my goodness. Ninja needs to ulti and kill somebody. Not right now, though. That went well. They just need to get out. Oh, Sean. You could have chased down that Shadow Mage, I think. Oh, hurry, Pollo, get in there. No! Group up with your team. Oh, it's so close. Crisco gets more guard. It still comes down to how the fight goes. The archer gets caught. Oh, that might be it. And Alan gets the last hit. I know the game says Sean was the MVP. Sean was not the MVP. I'm gonna be fully honest, that was Hurry Poyo. Hurry Poyo was the MVP. Dealt the most damage. Sure, they died the same amount of times, same number of kills, same number of assists. But, Hurry Poyo did much better through all phases of the game than Sean. Just unfortunately, the ratings don't reflect that. That puts us in a solid second place. Rankings. A solid second place. That was a very close game. Reach the summer season playoffs in your league! Let's go! Summer season playoffs. 9-game winning streak. That last one was hard fought. Team ranking. We are now ranked 47th. Woohoo! I get to be the favorite for once. Seraph merchandise finds demand. Already sold 3,000 units. Isn't that beautiful? Hurry Poyo is in peak condition. Expected profit is going to be a lot higher, especially with what the prize money should be. We're going to go ahead and save. Line is going up. All right. Proceed. So if we look at the schedule, we're in the summer? What do you mean we're in the summer playoffs? It's October. It's October 1st. It's time to get spooky. Alrighty. No patch notes. We're just gonna ban Ogre. I think I don't care. I think I'm just gonna get rid of Shadowmancer. That was a very scary match. We're just gonna first pick Cavalry, because since there's no Ogre, Cavalry is only good. Sniper. Interesting. I hope I didn't lock the door. Give me one moment. Let's just see how this goes. As soon as Kuzan hits level 3, top lane starts going so much better in our favor. Aw, Sean died. Top lane is kind of either. Good ulti by the hammer. Oh, better than losing Morgard. Ooh. That's not going well. That vampire also has so much late game scaling. I like how they did every single engagement the exact same way. I think Gunner would have been better. I also did not have a good team composition for protecting the sniper. In theory, this should be an excellent protect the sniper, because I've got multiple people that just keeps the enemy away. What happens when Ogre is 100% out of the picture. I'll be fully honest. Should I make more skirms? We should probably make more skirmishes. We're just gonna practice without Ogre. We're just gonna ban Ogre every single time, because oddly enough, I know what I'm gonna pick when Ogre's not in the picture. If the we gotta make the backup. We gotta have a backup plan. This will give us the most chances possible. What am I looking for? Training is what I'm looking for. Her opponent has to make better positioning and judgment calls, especially if she's got a high ego. They are standing in better positions slightly, but not a lot. Alrighty. Kiza staff contract expires in 90 days. That's our coach. That's really bad. But he's very cheap. And honestly, just having this really cheap coach just to add a little bit more to the training is still worth it. As long as we get him for that value. Alrighty. I'm just going to ban Ogre. I'm just going to ban Shadowmancer. Because no matter what, I'm banning Shadowmancer. So, they banned Gunner. AI loves banning Gunner. I think they recognize Gunner might actually just be S tier. Better than the Sniper. So if I want to do Protect the Sniper, I need to have a jungle that fits that. Archer might be better. What about Clown? Let's first pick Clown. Okay, so they take both Prisoner and Cavalry. We're gonna grab Archer, because Archer can disengage. Monk. Ogre, ban, take Clown. I think so. I was originally thinking that the best one would be Ninja, but I don't think it's good enough in this this entire format. I think I still wanted to go ahead and take Hammerer for the top lane. Well, what about Lancer? Lancer top lane? Push enemies back. You know what? Yes. We're gonna take Lancer for top lane. We'll take Vampire. What about Lancer mid? Because Lancer mid should be good against Sniper, right? Cavalry's just gonna be so fast. Well, the enemy's got better teamwork. My team did absolutely nothing there. Fantastic. Could have done. Well, Lancer versus Sniper is not a good idea. Good to know. Hey, our team got the Morgard. Well, that went extremely poorly, but probably was as good as that's gonna get. Ooh, their team's taking a lot of damage for no good reason. Are they about to win the game in 6 minutes? A 6-minute game? Disgusting. I don't know how I feel. I mean, their bottom laner was just no good. Because they took Berserker. But Lancer's not good against Sniper. I think would Lancer have been better in the top lane then? Because I know Vampire actually does pretty well against Sniper. It's just I feel like Vampire would have died a whole bunch to the Cavalry. At least you know Lancer mid is bad against Sniper. Yeah. At least in the current state of the meta. We're just going to keep banning Ogre. We got to just keep experimenting. Figure out what else is good, what else is not. They banned Sniper, we're going to ban Ogre, and we're going to also ban Shadowmancer. I think I'm going to take both Clown and Archer. I think those are the correct picks at least. What if I take Pyromancer for mid? Whoever I send top, I could probably just give armor to. And bait the entire AI team into just picking, nothing but attack damage. Make it easier for me to build, items against them. The issue is they also might still take Magic Knight. Magic Knight's still pretty good. I don't really like Pyromancer as an option here. I'd rather be taking Vampire. I think we'd rather just take Vampire regardless, but I need people in the front. Knight? Alrighty. Jungle, bottom. Top is gonna be Magic Knight. And Gambler's gonna be mid. So I think I actually would rather be sending Vampire top, because Vampire would do really good against Magic Knight. So who do we send mid? Somebody that I want to get a lot of experience to. Monk? No, they've got a high burst team composition. Jingxi? I don't think so. I think that's too much of a meme. It'll just be absolutely destroyed by the Gambler. Call me crazy, but, well, how's Gambler's durability? Pretty weak earlier. Now, Sniper has more health. Sniper's also really slow, but Sniper also gains more range. Call me crazy. I think we'd go ahead and grab Lancer again. I really want to pair my Vampire against their Magic Knight. I think this is the correct place. Is that actually the correct thing to do, or should I actually give Lancer the health regen, since Lancer... No, but Kuzan actually would play Vampire very well because of their passive play style. We caught it wrong. Shoot! You guys saw nothing. You guys saw absolutely nothing. You guys saw nothing. Archer's doing really well. Drop my glasses. What happened? Nothing happened. Everything's fine. Kuzan's scaling very well. Nothing went wrong. The team composition is just that good. Yeah, Harry Potter's dead. Just a match of clown dying to Cow Simulator. Yeah. Oh, Sean got caught out. Archer's actually doing good on jungle, shockingly. Actually, the AI will also put Archer into jungle. Not recently, though, but at one point, they were like, oh, Archer jungle's a thing. It wasn't, but... Well, I still lost to it, so maybe it was. Sean, you're in the wrong spot. That would have gone a lot better if Archer was properly in the bottom lane. Whoops. We're not going to worry too much about that. Patch notes. Okay, so it's a good thing we're still doing this. I am predicting an Ogre nerf. Because statistics, Ogre is the 5th best, but it's picked and banned in every single game. Dang it. Wait, what? They did not nerf Ogre the way they needed to. Ogre's still strong. Not as strong, but Ogre's still strong. The following changes have been applied to this patch. Also, no new champs? I haven't gotten a new champ in like 3 whole patches. Buffs. Demon hasn't had a chance to shine in a while, so we're opening up an opportunity for them. Attack damage is increased, back to being okay. Skill 1 attack damage ratio has been buffed, and Skill 2 buff duration has been increased. Yes, I want Demon form to be up and available at all points of time. Ninja! Struggling across multiple patches. No, they're not. Putting some more power into their kit. Struggles to deal damage during teamfights, so we're boosting their offensive power. Attack power has been buffed by... has the highest base attack in the game now. Skill 1 attack damage ratio has been increased. Skill 2 cooldown has been reduced. Movement speed has been increased. Oh my gosh. Skill 1 projectile speed has been increased as well. Jinxie! Ninja's now insta-ban or pick? Yes. Has been unable to find a footing for a while, so we're giving proper support to this patch. Not delivering the damage we'd expect, so we're giving them a bit more punch. Attack has been improved, 96. Skill to ability power ratio has been improved. Youch. Armor's been base armor and magic resist has been increased. Ultimate range has been increased, and skill 2 range. Call me crazy, but I think Jinxie is playable again with this. That's a lot of armor. We'll find out. We'll put it at C tier for now. Pole Warrior. I think with the current state of the... Well, actually, Demon can do okay in the early game now. It's just it didn't do any damage at all, so maybe it's good enough now. Damage numbers have been falling short, so we're upping their firepower. Fundamentals are too weak early on to get anything going, so we're bumping up base stats. Attack has been improved to 101. Skill 1 attack damage ratio has been improved. Ooh, okay. Base health has been improved, so the early game has definitely been increased a lot. Skill 2 hitbox size. Okay. That's not too bad right there. Pole Warrior's actually respectable. I'm going to put them at B tier. We'll see. Priest was already really strong and just got a buff. Ultimate cooldown has been increased, improved further. Now down to 20 seconds. Skill 1 base healing's been bumped up to 9. It got bumped from 8 to 7 last patch, but has now been bumped up to 9. Another buff to Priest, right? And skill 2 buff duration has been changed. Priest is still A tier. Priest is not the insta-pick, but Priest is still really good. Nerfs! Ice Mage! No! My Ice Mage got nerfed! Has been the center of the meta for too long. Yeah, it's been the center of the meta since the start of the game. time to take a step back. Damage output has been way too high in recent matches, so we're reeling in their firepower. Movement speed reduced. Ice Mage is too slow. And right now with the speed meta, that's bad. Skill 1 ability power ratio has been reduced. Ultimate slow amount doesn't make a difference. Health has been reduced. Ooh, so they can die a lot easier in the early game. That actually is really bad. Unless they nerfed Vampire as well. Vampire's probably just going to be the current best mage. Ogre! Call me crazy. Even though the health is been bumped down by 300, which can be a big difference, and the armor per level's been lowered. Attack damage per level. Ogre is still S tier. Gunner has been sitting at the top of the meta for several patches now, so we're going in harder this time. Okay, attack has been reduced even further. The game just hates my attack damage carries. Skill 2 attack has been reduced. Ultimate cooldown has been increased. That's fine. Movement speed. Oh gosh, that's way too slow. Gunner is bad now. No damage, way too slow. Ultimate attack has been reduced. Range has been reduced further. Magic resistance reduced. Attack speed's been hurt even further. I don't think Gunner's gonna be that good anymore. Magic Knight has been sitting at the top of the meta for several patches. Yeah, it's because it's one of the last few ability power champs. And it's a brawler. So we're going in harder this time. Base ability power has been reduced. That does not matter. Base health has been reduced. That's bad. That's really bad. Skill 1 hitbox reduced. Ultimate cooldown has been increased. Knight has been the center of the meta for too long. Sure thing. Time to take a step back. Scaling is out of control. Once the game goes long, they become unbeatable. Health per level has been reduced by 1 entire point. Been watching you dominate AI teams with Ogre alone, so they said pick another champ, but they did go hard on Ogre, so still free games. I love it. Movement speed for the Knights has been reduced. That's fine. Skill 1 cooldown has been increased. Attack damage per level has been reduced. Ultimate cooldown has been increased greatly. So, Knight, I think, is still just B tier. Knight is still good. But wow, they really hit the movement speed. This is the movement speed patch. So, I don't think that really changes too much of the meta, oddly enough. I've been staying up way too late lately, so we're just going to do a review of the champions, where they all currently stand, and I'm going to have to call it a night, because I've not been sleeping well. I've been staying up way too late playing this game, so before I accidentally play for another 2 hours like I constantly have been, let's do a review. We're going to just start with the assassins, because the melee has the most, so it'll be easiest to start with assassins. Ogre is still the best. So, while Clown is still very strong, just right out of the gates with how they are, because Ogre is still too dominating, Clown will just feed Ogre way too easily. So Clown is A tier. Because of certain other picks, Clown finds themselves struggling in the meta, but if the Ogre is gone, Clown is very, very strong. That being said, Ninja, I said it last time, and I think I was wrong, but Ninja, I feel, is a must pick. Their early game is just so good, especially with this increased movement speed. 168 flat attack, that's so high. 100 and just way too much base health, increased base armor. Everything that the Ninja needs in order to dominate in the early game exists, especially with that movement speed. Would you start off with attack speed on Ninja, even though his abilities can't crit? I don't think so. Hunter is unchanged. They are still strong, but they get outshined by everybody else. So they're still playable. Demon, all of their stats are still in a nerfed state, but if we look at the initial values, like, it's not too bad, but It's kind of the same thing about Hunter, of the Demon's kit is very good about being able to go in and apply fear to the entire enemy team, as well as pull enemies out of position. So just with that alone, sure, Demon is weaker, especially in the early game, but once team fights happen, Demon can be very, very strong as a team player. So just Clown and Ninja are going to be better. I would actually say both Demon and Hunter. Hunter is great at picking enemies off. Demon is great about getting the enemy into a bad position and singling out in a different way for crowd control. They both perform different roles, but also you have other people that kind of just do better than they do. So they both are landing themselves in B tier. Playable, but not that insane. Monk is unchanged. I still think Monk is... Well, I don't know. It's really strange between Monk and Priest. Priest actually got a buff. Doesn't really matter too much, to be fully honest. Restores 9 health to allies. Yeah, that's nothing. But Priest, with the ultimate being up basically at all times, and that is some pretty good healing to assist any ally anywhere on the entire map. Priest is in a very strong position. Is Priest S tier? I don't think so. I think just Priest is... Well, everybody's so slow now, actually. I think because at the movement speed of everybody's been reduced, I'm going to go ahead and put Priest as S tier. It's a battle of who's the better support. I know, right? Both... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just put them both at A tier. I don't think they're both must picks, because I've had plenty of team compositions where I go Priest is just going to be better. But Monk is great at being able to protect the entire ally team, heal them up. It's just his heals aren't as good, especially with the ability power scaling not so great. So if you want somebody who's going to heal, Priest and Pythoness are honestly just going to be better. But Monk is a frontliner that can also keep the allies safe, but also has crowd control, which both Priest and Pythoness don't have. Pythoness is actually in a very strong state right now, but because of Ogre existing, the ultimate, while spammable, she has terrible late game scaling currently. The ultimate's only just going to feed the Ogre, and when the strongest champ is Ogre, the entire meta revolves around like how good or how bad they are compared to Ogre. So just Pythoness, very strong, durable, decent range, good movement speed. If you want better healing, Priest is going to do a much better job compared to Pythoness. Whereas if you want crowd control or tankiness, Monk is just better. It's weird. So Pythoness is just out scaled compared to the other ones. Mages! Shadowmancer does really, really well against Ogre, despite not receiving any buffs, which is why I've basically banned it every single game. Vampire... Look, just right now, all of them, the Ice Mage and the Pyromancer are both insanely slow, and Ice Mage could potentially still get out. But when it came to late game scaling, Vampire's now just better. Vampire can actually snipe enemies however he so chooses. Now, sure, you know, Ice Mage has the better, you know, flat ability power, but that doesn't matter for Vampire. Ice Mage, if protected, can be strong. Ice Mage also has the toolkit to protect themselves, so the slow movement speed might not be so bad. It's just Shadowmancer and Vampire are 100% better, mostly because of that movement speed. I can be wrong. We've got plenty of scrims to figure that out. But Shadowmancer is just now going to be a better Ice Mage. And Vampire... Vampire, I think, actually is a must-pick now. It's just the best ability power scaler. Yeah, in fact, I don't know how to beat a vampire. You have to have somebody that can punish the vampire a lot. Unfortunately, there's not really any champs that can do that right now. So I think vampire's actually S tier. So if I look at the entire roster, we just look at the assassins. Vampire outranges the clown. Ninja won't be able to do anything good. Technically, Hunter, I guess, would be pretty good about dealing with vampire. Nothing about the supports. All right, ranged characters. Let's talk about it. Gunner. Gunner was definitely the strongest, but now, like Sniper, the movement speed just doesn't exist. Gunner and Sniper both need more movement speed, and even when you get an item to boost it by 10%, they're going to go to 52 movement speed, almost 53, and just everybody else is still going to outrun them. So, Gunner's very much team dependent. That being said, just like Sniper, if you can protect the Gunner's going to be very, very strong. Gambler, I think, is just the strongest of these carries, specifically because Archer, again, does not scale well against Ogre, which puts Archer is probably the stronger between Gambler. So you know what? I guess that means that Gambler's A tier, because Gambler's not the best under no circumstances, and Sniper is just B tier. So it's between Archer and Gambler. After that, so be it. Finally, let's talk about our melees. Ogre is the strongest when it comes to all that. Cavalry was unchanged in this entire patch. He's so fast and actually has very strong stats right out of the gate. Very, very strong. Hammerer is A tier because if you pick Ogre, Hammerer as well as Lancer are two champions that do an okay time at preventing the Ogre from doing what he's supposed to do. They hit hard. Hammerer not as much anymore, but with the AoE, he can still make it to the Ogre. Just can't do what he's supposed to do. Pole Warrior also might be a contender, because Pole Warrior has increased attack. I mean, it's one higher than the base attack, what it's supposed to be, so... But the health is improved, the base armor, the base magic resist. Pole Warrior, theoretically, should have some pretty strong early game. And the... the Ogre should be in a much weaker spot, but base attack's still great. Base health is still fine. Movement speed is still increased. Ogre's still going to be top of the meta. Executioner. We're just going to then go from one side to the other. Berserker, still unchanged. He just doesn't do enough damage and has no health. That's all you need to say. In theory, if you make him tanky enough and give him some extra attack damage, he could be strong. He's a fun Olaf character, but he just can't get there. He doesn't have the stats for that. Cavalry! You know, we already talked about it. High damage, better health, really, really fast movement speed. The only other character that is attempting to keep up with the Cavalry right now is Ninja, but Cavalry still wins by 5 whole points. Wait, but Cavalry ends at 84. Is Ninja faster at the end? No, not yet. They both got that nerfed. Dual Blader, I've never thought is good. I've never seen Dual Blader be in a good position, but if you got a good team with crowd control, Dual Blader can be strong. Executioner, very bad in the current metagame, especially against Ogre. But I'm going to say B tier. Because while Executioner was not touched in the patch, multiple key champions that were really strong had their movement speed reduced, which actually makes it easier for Executioner to do what they're supposed to do, and is to pull an enemy out of position. And that is a unique role specific to the Executioner. Whereas most have to dash forward or do something about it, Executioner pulls them in. Until next patch, add a new champ. Ogre will be unstoppable unless banned. Yeah, I mean, Ogre needs his movement speed reduced. Fighter, unfortunately, you know, it can be very tanky if he starts off by building health, and then he can just mess up the enemy team. So he's a brawler that can get annoyingly in the way. But here's the question. If you're picking Fighter, why are you not picking Hammer who does damage? If you're picking Fighter, why are you not picking the Hammer that has health and defenses? He slows down and does a whole bunch of crowd control. If you're picking Fighter, why are you not picking Prisoner, who deals a whole bunch of damage, has more health, taunts enemies, and pulls them out of position? If you're picking Fighter, why are you not picking Lancer? It's just Fighter's outclassed in every which way, shape, and form. I personally think Fighter is unplayable. He's too unreliable. Hammer was unchanged this patch, but Hammer can still hit really hard. You have to start him off with attack damage first, though, so he is squishy until you get into that mid-game, but you put him top lane to give him that health regen, kind of is okay, but Hammer's in an interesting spot. You probably could also get away with just getting health first for Hammer, and say, instead of going for the damage, just go for, just get that base health. The issue is if you don't, Ogre just does way too good. But Ogre's just going to build, in theory, armor anyways against a Hammer top lane, so I don't know. Hammer's just, he does really, really good, especially with the whole everybody's really slow and jumping onto teams. He can ulti to push everybody away. Zhang Shi got buffed, and thank goodness. That was a massive buff. Attack is now higher than what it should be. Armor is a lot higher than what it should be. Magic resist is a lot higher than it should be. I'm going to be fully honest. I'm going to say B tier. Because even though Zhang Shi's slower, that flat attack actually being as high as it is allows Zhang Shi to sustain. So I feel like AP Zhang Shi might actually return. The downside is it's just the movement speed. It's just not there. The attack damages though, but start off ability power, so that way you just drain all the enemies for the max cooldown. It still is only usable once each fight, not like it used to be where it was super spammable. But with enough base attack, so that way these stats at least do something. Zhang Shi, I don't think is just too good at the moment. Does it have the highest base? No, it doesn't. Knight still has the highest base stats. Oh, but it might have the highest base armor now, actually. At max level. Oh, wow. Zhang Shi actually is the tankiest champ when it comes to flat armor. Which is a really big deal, because if you go at ability power followed by health for Zhang Shi, I think Zhang Shi might be back to A tier. I think it's just tanky enough. We'll see. Knight really should be a support, but since Knight doesn't have any healing, it doesn't count, even though he's specifically the support role. If they boosted the Knight's attack damage, he actually could potentially become a brawler. But his taunt has been nerfed. His ultimate no longer is super spammable to be used twice per team fight. It can only be used once per team fight now. He's slower in the late game. But his base stats are all still high. The thing is, there are team comps that you want them in. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna leave it there. There are team compositions that you still want the Knights in. Lancer is great as a brawler right now, does what it needs to do, even though the stats are a lot lower. It can still jump in with its toolkit, clear the waves in top lane or in mid lane. Just doesn't do good against Sniper, apparently. But Lancer can hold its own. Just gotta build attack with lifesteal for the armor pin as well, followed by the tankiness, just extra health. Magic Knight. Magic Knight is finally nerfed. And is now only in a nerfed state. So Magic Knight was originally really good with the ultimate. Being able to just kind of pull enemies a little bit out of position. The ultimate was good. Or the second ability. The ultimate was good, but now you can only use it like once every team fight to once every other team fight. Which is rough, really. Base tankiness is not there. The ability power is not there. However, that being said, Magic Knight still has high base attack, good attack speed. So, Magic Knight is definitely not dead. But Magic Knight just doesn't have ability power anymore, which is awkward for it. So, how do you salvage this? If you're gonna be building a Magic Knight, honestly, might just be attack speed followed by brawler, and followed by health, just for the extra tankiness, followed by ability power for late game to burst. I don't know, it's just the ability power kit isn't there, so... Also is decently fast, yeah. Magic Knight is still one of the faster champs. Might also just end up, going tanky. I don't know, the Magic Knight, I think is still B tier, it's still definitely playable, because no other champion fills a role that it does. And right now, it is a... well, Zheng Shi can with the ultimate, but that is once per team fight. Whereas Magic Knight is a brawler that gets into the enemy's face that does ability power damage consistently, so that way you don't just have to build armor. Ogre, we already talked about it. Ogre, well, no, we haven't talked about it. Ogre is still overpowered. Way too much movement speed. Attack damage just hits too hard. And the base health, sure, while nerfed, it's high enough that even though the armor and magic resist just is not there, he might need to go back a couple of extra times, but once he gets enough health, that's it. It's done. He just needs to go top lane. He's no longer going to be good as a support, though. Just not enough health for that. I guess the devs didn't account for ability power because that's Magic Knight's whole kit. Yeah, it's just... they got rid of Magic Knight's ability power. It's just not there. It's crazy about how much they nerfed it. Pole Warrior. Pole Warrior is actually pretty darn strong in the early game. What's better, Pole Warrior or Lancer? Pole Warrior is definitely more of a damaging brawler, of being able to spam the abilities and clear stuff out, whereas Lancer is better for the crowd control, but their ultimates do the same thing. Pole Warriors has a longer thing, but can also get out of situations, but also is better at chasing enemies. I don't know, Pole Warrior is actually pretty strong right now. Issue is I don't know which one's better, is the thing. I feel like Lancer is better, but Pole Warrior has better survivability, just better defensive stats. It just starts off with less damage. I'm gonna say Lancer is B tier and Pole Warrior's A tier. So just to clarify, the S tier is you have to pick it or else you're just going to lose. Cavalry I think is there just because of the movement speed, can just kill everything that needs to be done, so that's why Cavalry is S tier. But Pole Warrior is very reliant on picks and bans about if they are playable or not. B tier could also be just as strong as A tier, but the difference between B tier and A tier is, sure, it's good, but why aren't you picking X instead? And in this case, I think Lancer, despite having more attack, the attack speed's not as fast, has less durability, so if we're sending somebody top lane, I think Pole Warrior would be better. They both serve a similar purpose in team fights. But Pole Warrior is naturally more tanky, so I think Pole Warrior fits top lane a lot better than what I would want. Even though they say Lancer should be going mid lane, Pole Warrior, they both have the same kit. Just, one has a pointy stick and the other one has a rounded stick. But I think it's just, if you're picking Lancer, why are you not picking Pole Warrior, is the current order of that. Prisoner, in amazing support right now. Does a lot of damage, taunts enemies. This is actually the whole reason why Knight is currently B tier, is even though Knight is still insanely good, why are you not picking Prisoner? Prisoner is just as tanky, if not more, but also does a lot of damage. He can also clear waves in the meantime, and then can jump into the enemy team and crowd control them. It's just similar to Knight, but is better, though Knight is more naturally tanky. Prisoner is better at team fights of knocking people around and sniping kills. Knight is better at keeping the team alive. So they have different kits, but if you're picking Knight, why are you not picking Prisoner? Swordsman! I'm just going to continue to say it. Swordsman is just not good. Even though we just saw a match where... Did I lose that match? Where's the game where they picked... Oh, no, I won. See? They picked Swordsman. That was probably one of the best games they would have had as well, but we still ended up winning that one. So, you know, whatever. So it's just... Swordsman, he can be strong, but again, B tier of... If you're grabbing an assassin... Because that's kind of what Swordsman is he's more of a durable assassin. Why are you just not taking Ninja? Ninja is just outright better. Why are you not taking Clown? Swordsman is in an interesting state. I think I'm still going to respect him, though, and say that he's at least B tier. I don't think... you know what? I don't care about the Swordsman. He's C tier. Wait, is Magic Knight dead, now that I think about it? Because, like... Well, Magic Knight still serves a specific purpose. It can be ability power in the jungle to help make sure your team has a good spread of damage types. It's just that it has no ability power, which requires you to still build ability power on this champ. I don't know, it's rough. Magic Knight's in a very, tough spot. Magic Knight is sort of like Executioner. Fills a very specific purpose and role that nobody else does. So there you go. That is the current tier list. I know I have a lot of A tiers, but I have high hopes about Zheng Shi, being strong. Yeah. It's an interesting meta. It definitely did not change too much. All right. Also, with that being said, we're going to get to check out the training really fast. Oh yeah, Kuzan does need to be kept at 25%, or else they stress out too much. That is a shame. Sean gets more skill shot accuracy. Beautiful. Wiosna. Better positioning and judgment. That's exactly what I need them to do. Hurry Poyo. We're gonna have Cause be at 30%. I know he's not making as much money as we probably would want him to, but he's a backup in case for some reason we're in the championships and Wiosna gets too stressed. That's the whole reason that we're having a Cause still gets some rest. Hurry Pollo! He's getting better positioning and judgment, exactly what I need him to. Alan! The goal was for Alan to gain more stats. He's technically getting more stats. He's not doing anything, though. Yeah, there's nothing left for Alan. So we're gonna have Alan try to make us as much money as possible. And then Neeb needs better judgment, so his positioning and judgment's gonna be doing even better. Needs a whole bunch of rest. It's just I need Neeb to be standing in a better position. Let's do 50-50 on judgment and mental. Because I kind of need both of those to be going up somewhat equally. Last thing, for those who are curious about how we are doing financially. We are expected to not be losing too much money, but we're heavily reliant on getting a whole bunch of that prize money. Right now, our facilities have been doing really good. We've been selling a lot of merchandise. Especially if we go to team info. We're getting more fans. Hopefully the fan count goes up a lot more as soon as everyone starts performing a lot better during the playoffs. We do have a grade C stadium, so we're hoping that we get a lot of people to show up. Fans are actually now very satisfied. It's just, at this point... Oh, and of course, the gaming house still does nothing. Alan is still high up on the ranks in solo queue, somehow. There you have it. We're going to be first playing against the Galactic Miners. They've lost twice against us. They used to be from Division 1, so for us, they are a team to beat. Quite interesting. Roster-wise, they like Pyromancer. Well, as long as... Oh my goodness, they also like... Yeah, so they love putting Pyromancer into that top lane. Jungler, they don't have anybody consistent. Ice Mage goes center a lot for them. Archer, bottom lane. Yeah, so they've actually got some pretty good players. Yeah, this is a strong team. Alrighty. So, that's gonna have to do it. I stayed up an extra 30 minutes going over the tier list one last time, so unless somebody has any questions or wants to say something else, we are gonna go ahead and call it there. It's gonna be tricky. I'm excited for it. Back to the title screen. Thank you so much for tuning on in. I hope y'all have been interested in this series, as, I mean, this game has a high learning curve of being able to just really understand how the people fight, what you actually need to prioritize. So even with the tutorial, I don't think it's a bad... The tutorial covers kind of what it needs to do. But there should definitely be some segments to better explain what each of the stats mean. I'm also still just going to say it. The training needs to be rehauled to do better. But I digress. Maybe I'll make a video to discuss my thoughts about the early access. Until then, we are going to be doing the playoffs starting next stream. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. I hope you had a relaxing time. Relax and have a good one.